One with nature. Come, let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can still see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself, though if you peek through the window, you can probably catch a glimpse of enough jabbering, Shenza. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do. So let's get to it. We'll see you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It's on the way, after all. Far, far to the east. Dude, who let these perfectly good meats out here all this time? This is wasteful right here. Oh wow. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. Mewa Hatsuan. We're gonna go with Mewa. Mewa should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. Mewa. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. There's a Ronic. Ceratoraptor. Yeah. Mewa. Victory. Lovatari. How's about we announce our presence? And also, don't be fooled, that one is very much alive. He's definitely not high on his own supply. Such beauty. I know more than a few gleaners who would love to explore this land. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Mehwa, but I do know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Alright, these are Hetsaro, aren't they? Such a lovely, clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of Shisha Springs. The waters nearby are just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I am Huato, chief of Maihua, and this is my son, Shepeto. Shepeto? A pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome, and apologize for our sudden intrusion. I am Walika, the station master of Dawntrail railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks and we require timber to make repairs. This is Tharak and Arenville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You have a most curious air about you, of oil, steel, tan leather, and the faintest hint of meadows awash with unfamiliar flora. I gather you are not from these lands. I am a traveler of the star. Truly, I would love to know more of you and the lands you've seen. I am told your people hold your traditions in the highest, yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso, in particular, have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads. The Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason, I believe, that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see. That word, Hetso. It means leader of souls, in Hetsaro tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetso among the Hetsaro. Here, we look to the Ronique for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of etherites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject all outside influence. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. We will furnish you with the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me. I was sitting here stoically for a second. Hang on, Chief. Give me a minute. Those tortoise. Those the turtles. Those tortoise. I'll go see the tortoise. Tarali Hawksbill. Okay. Sorry. I know the fish will be done soon, but I'm so goddamn hungry. I just need to wait a little while longer. What a lovely melody. This tent is made with the hide and bones of Ronique. I wonder what else they are used for. If they follow the Ronique with the seasons, it makes sense that they would live in tents that can be broken down and transported easily. So they're nomadic. Say, do you like to hunt? And what weapons do you like to use? Well, you're kind of looking at one of them on my back right now. I will speak frankly. We hear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. The Ronique have made the potential for a danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Husatui mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum, Shaloni has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Ronique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this, we can't help but worry. Understandably. I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only that sorrow, but all of Shaloni. Perhaps we should bring the attention to Valkona. Valkona, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently... How shall I put this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. Mind your tongue, Geppetto. While there is a grain of truth to rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. He is a passionate man who cares for his people like his sister. Is that so? That is certainly a side of him we weren't aware of. Authoric beside Valkona in the Rite of Secession. I take his word over rumors. You took part in the Rite of Secession? You're that close to the Dawn Servants? I was grateful for any help, but had no idea I had recruited a bona fide hero. Surprise, surprise. The secession of Dawn Servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Valkona for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for your timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. We are terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Ronique foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad, and if needs be, we'll seek Valkona's counsel. My thanks again for your time and timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. We must talk again soon. Next time, perhaps on a hunt together. You'll come back, won't you? There's so much I'd like to know about the lands beyond Tyrol. Geppetto here gives me kind of a vibe, I'm not gonna lie. We have to carry all of this back to the station. We have more than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we need to transport it to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect that we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I round up a few more hands and a Ronique? I won't be long. I'm glad that went well, and thankfully it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Level 96 weapon. and the land would tremble. While we wait, we could get started moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. Concerned herder. I think this will be enough. That was mighty kind of you to move all that timber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. We'll see to the rest. Once we've repaired the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? As much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. You'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid. But you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and a few others were here long before we arrived. It's only right they go before us. I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. And Itowiki will be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be worried about is our own Shinza, and we've still more to do. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass time. If there's anything else in Shaloni you're keen to see, I'll leave you to it. To the south. This quest will probably take me there. Well met, traveler. Have you perhaps seen a Ronique calf around here? I spotted a youngster south of Lake Tori. It seemed like they'd gotten separated from their kin. With all the hungry fiends that roam the area, the poor beast doesn't stand a chance. It doesn't stand much of a chance without someone to protect it. The thing is, I'm just not cut out to defend it from any would-be predators. You, on the other hand, seem more than capable of handling yourself. Would you be willing to seek out the calf and escort it back here in my stead? They ought to be somewhere to the south of the lake. Yep, sure enough. Well, we're getting one herd animal with another herd animal. To the east? I can't imagine that there will be a quest that takes me out this way, but... the north and the east. There it is. Ah, well, pleasant breeze. They'll come biting any second. I feel it. I hope it's a big one. She knows where her mind is. Only 2 more currents to find. Go, my Puri Fool! One yalms the south. Sorry, alligator. A flying Popoto. Never thought I'd see the day. That is a chameleon. Kaheni Hea Mui. Oh, I gotta do my civic duty now. To the west. We'll take care of that as soon as I get the Ronique calf that the guy asked for. Roll. Oh, it is following me. Okay. Immune. Okay, that's good. want to use these. Ah, there you are. You returned the calf. What a relief to see that so unharmed. You'd be surprised how often Runique calves go astray. In most cases, they fall prey to some fiend, but such is the way of nature. Though if you manage to get there before the fiends and raise a calf from a young age, they make for excellent beasts of burden. I'm not suggesting I'd go as far as to kill a calf's parents to single one out, yet I do make a point of trying to rescue any stragglers I happen across. The way I see it, that's as much part of nature as any other fate of Ronique could meet. Thank you, traveler, for bringing this one back safe and sound. I shall do my utmost to care for it. Midgard Stormer away! I don't think I'll be climbing up this way. Just gotta move past the Grit Claw. Had your fill of the sights? Well, they appear to have almost finished. Oh boy. Yes.
Grand machine indeed. I hope Namiko is able to secure a seat. Here she comes!
This makes me want to play Infamous now.
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Hey, that's the truth. Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Thrall. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yassolani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream. Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yassolani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Not another one?
You can't be serious.
Gods have mercy.
What in the flying? What's happening?
Oh, the train, the Atomic Ray and the others.
My home lies that way as well.
Oh dear.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
Dungeon time?
What in the world? Are they heading for Tulliola?
We need to get back right away. I kind of felt something like this would happen.
Those for Fent.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone.
I don't know what they are, but they're not men.
Someone help me, please. Oh. Oh.
Bastard!
What did it just do?
Thank you.
Save the things. Just get to safety. I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace. Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Bako Jaja.
He's becoming a bro.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to take my blade next? That you should still live.
Zorocha?
By the gods, what has happened to you?
everything you've done in service to the throne. How could you betray us?
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Tuliolol and surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you gone mad?
No, my ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus the world.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time? To harm the very people you swore to serve? This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer. By my hands, I will end your madness.
Papa, wait! I should be the one to do this.
No. His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Ozoralja is strong. He has never been father's equal in combat.
I don't think that will be the case here, Kona.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Farewell, Zoralja, my son. And forgive me.
He's not done.
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds. Even the blessed are mortal.
Father!
You are no match for me.
On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title. Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Roger, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuli Yolal. Choose your next steps wisely.
Father, no, this cannot be. How could this happen? We did everything we could, everything, but it simply wasn't enough. I could scarcely believe my eyes. 12, have mercy. No, Papa can't die. He can't. Nine. No time for tears. How could this happen? He's still breathing.
Enough. I am beyond saving. Father, please. You can't give up. Are you there, oh friend? I'm right here. I'm right here. Look after my children. castle a year. I've only got so many years left. But if that's what you want, it would be an honor. You and I must go on another journey together someday. Aye, you can count on it.
Yes, Papa.
The graves of the Yokwi. You saw them, yes. I always found their teachings comforting.
Please, Father, you must save their strength.
Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we are never truly gone. Through you, my hopes survive. Through you, I live on. So do not mourn me. Walk tall and see your nation to a brighter future.
At a time like this, we must take the initiative. There will be countless people in need of help. I don't understand. If only I'd been more careful. We must see to the people, assess casualties as well as any damage done to the city. Yes. Wow, we cleaned up quick in here. Gulujaja was so proud to be succeeded by his children, to think that he will never get to see them carry on his legacy. What can we do now? Right, so, Valwaklamat, Valkona. I bring word from the city. The enemy has withdrawn. The Landsguard have begun rendering aid to the people. Casualties within our ranks have hindered progress, but we continue to do all that we can. I thank you for the reports. Please inform the Guard that they are to prioritize such efforts until further notice. The people. I need to help them. We will assist you in whatever way we can, of course. Thank you. Thank you. There are sure to be wounded everywhere, more than I could count. We'll split up and help all of them. You can count on us. Alphino and Alice, could you take the Bayside Bevy? Kryle and Ehrenfeld, the palace perimeter. As for Thorak, please come to the Resplendent Corridor with me. We'll all meet back here afterwards. Well... Jeez, it's going to be like the slaughter at the Waking Sands again, isn't it? Although I guess top marks for Wicklamat's actually showing where she needs to focus. Thank you. I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader, they say he looked like Zeralja. But that can't be true, can it? Why would the First Promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? Thank you. The pain is better now, but I can't stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? And why are those things still in the sky? We had peace under Gulujaja. We were safe, but now... Are they still in the sky? I can't see them. Thanks. I think I'm alright. Did you see them? Those soldiers? They looked like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how can we hope to defend ourselves? We scarcely had time to welcome our new rulers. And now this. Can't we have a day of peace in this damned country? How are you faring? Where are you hurt? I want to try and talk to everyone if I can. Oh no, the Bayside Bevy is there. What's right here? I must protect the people. I'm afraid we were too late to save him. Mama? Mama! So Bakul Jaja protected you. That's wonderful. Where's big old Bakul? Palace perimeter. So does that mean the front yard here? If you are still in pain, there's no need to push yourself. You should be alright now. An angered soldier. My thanks. I'll be fine now. But we failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? Where were Val Waklamat and Valcona? They're not to blame. I understand, I do, but I need to clear my head. Thank you, sir. But my husband and son, they were... You finish aiding the people here? Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children. No. No isn't the time. There are still others who need help. Could you go and see how things are at Talon March, and afterwards go and find Alice at the Bayside Bevy? I can kind of understand what she is trying to do. Lord knows I haven't been there. I have been there. Well, the Tuliyola legacy is intact. There's no evidence of significant damage from the battle. The fighting did not spread this far, it seems. The fresh scorch marks on the ground are doubtless from the enemy assault. You have anything to say here? No? Alright. Why? What did we do to deserve this? The shop appears to have weathered the chaos, though its wares have been strewn across the floor. So they didn't want to destroy history. Only places where there were people. Although this place was seemingly spared. The point remains unscathed, but the enemy ships continue to loom overhead. He doesn't want anyone leaving, it seems. The people are shaken. We must do what we can to help them, and quickly. My family, are they safe? I've helped all those I could find, seen them delivered into the Landsguard's care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Landsguard hadn't fought as bravely as they did, and if Zeralja actually meant to harm. Oh, and if Zeralja actually meant to harm people. I mean, look around. The buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike whenever he pleases. But we can discuss that later. How is Lemachi? Even after what happened to our father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest, and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Gornatruk Gleam Sands. All this wreckage. They killed a moblin? Now that's going too far. I will have Zeralja on a pike.
Steady now. I've brought you medicine. Drink.
There you are, Lamachi. I was beginning to...
Come on. Come on. Take it. Please.
Lamachi. Lamachi!
How could I?
Look at me, Lamachi. You need rest. You and him both. I will tend to this soul.
My people. I have to help them.
The Landsguard have matters well in hand. Trust in them. If there's another attack, your people will need you to protect them. They'll need you to be sharp. So please rest. Consider it your duty.
stood before them all. Said that we'd build a nation where everyone knows happiness. So much for that promise. What good is a vow of resolve who cannot save her people?
You won't save your people by brooding. You just gotta be blunt with her.
You're right. This isn't the time for sulking. Thank you. My head's a little clearer now. I need to concentrate on what I can do, rather than what I can't. We've dealt with unfriendly factions before. From Yokhui still longing for conquest, to adherents of blessed siblings, people who are unwilling to listen. Even so, I believe that by learning about one another and engaging in good faith, we could peacefully settle our differences. And we did. But my brother is different. There will be no reasoning with him. He killed our people, our father. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. What's more, he has power. The power to destroy the peace we've worked so hard to preserve. If I'm to protect that peace, then I must fight. I must confront Zorolja and kill him.
I guess in a way Zorolja got what he wanted. Making people cry for peace during a time of war. I'm fine. Just need a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there for me, and for urging me on despite all my sulking. Sitting around complaining isn't very leader-like, is it? So much has happened so quickly, I struggle to make sense of it all. The strange soldiers, his floating ships, the new powers Zorolja commands. Given everything he's done and still intends to do, I know I can't afford to run headlong into battle, not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart lead me astray, but I will make it my strength, the strength to do what I must. Right, I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Kona. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Alice I'll be alright? She's probably at Bayside Levy. Perfectly between 3 Aetherites, and I had no idea which one to go to. You're awfully cheery still, despite what just happened here. And that you're right here. I'm not even gonna. Oh, you're back. And by that, I take it to mean Lamichi is feeling better? She needs to be strong for her people of Tyrol, I understand, but she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. Pick up the pieces. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or magitech weapon that I've ever seen. As far and as wide as you've traveled, perhaps... Oh, as far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before? Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues to Zoralj's new powers. Well, first of all, the gun. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've ever seen before. From a distance, it appeared to be simple armor, but upon closer inspection, its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it is made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. In place where eyes or a mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of this helm. So, what do you think? It looks like a person, but it's clearly mechanical. Indeed. While it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny. The lack of a face, not least of all. Did you see any sign of a power source? So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuels. I tried channeling ether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule out that it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now, far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made of is a mystery. Rather than metal, it's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? We have, in the Sky Deep Cenote. That's right, the glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate to the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observations with the others when we gather at Sunperch. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. That's kind of what I figured. Like, these appear to have like a feminine appearance, at least to me. Yet moved cold and without hesitation. So it is entirely probable that leaves it to the Olal. Oh, you know what? This probably needs a crafter. How are we ever to fulfill these requests? We need someone... What we need is someone experienced in trades. Blacksmith right here. Excuse me, sir, but are you a tradesman by chance? You have the hands of someone with a long storied career. Hands that I would beg you lend to the good people of Tyrol. Here we accept petitions for aid on behalf of the Wing of Reflection, be they from the common citizenry or fellow artisans. We use any and all tools of the trade at our disposal to ensure the needs of Tyrol are met. Since its founding, myriad tribes... I'm not gonna read too much into this. This is just unlocking leaves. Wing leaves. Molly Holly. pair of mountain chromite twin fangs. Alright. I have to take time to look at the level 96 armor. Looks like everyone's here already.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Ah, speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Some familiar friends.
Greetings, everyone.
Our favorite Archon. Our favorite Archons.
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest, but I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Huglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested, but based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Valdesian Annex that brought me to Toral. A letter from the Dawn servant, addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Toral nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Galul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep Cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
Another shard?
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jar Jar. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
An appropriately timed echo.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allagan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then...
Seven hells! What did you do?
Nothing.
An earthquake? None of of this has ever happened before. Void gate? Nay, this is different. What's this? What is this? Who are you?
What?
Though it never opened again, Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void.
From the 13th.
We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Charlian and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
is it a stretch to say that she is a reflection of Tataru? Him asking for a friend.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
Like grandfather, like granddaughter.
The forces that assailed Tuliyola. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers look like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Sir Alja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit. You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony. The guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zoranja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical armor.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
We're going to find out.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zorosha and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliyola. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat.
For the sake of
Truly
Tuliana.
heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
Another reflection encroaches upon our own. But how and why now? Please be safe. We'll find a way to breach the dome, and we'll make sure everyone inside is safe. It's embarrassing to think how Zeralja caught me unawares, but I have no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded were anyone else. Who would have thought him taking the key would lead to all this? I legitimately thought you died, dude. I'm indebted to Ochika for overseeing our operations in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. I fear we need to know more if we're to defend against another assault. I struggle to believe I am from another reflection. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? Surely not. Stolna would have noticed. Gods, there's so much I don't understand. My head's ripe to burst. That was something else during the cutscene with the attack. Like, some of those soldiers were taking what I assume to be ether and dynamis from the people they killed. I wonder what the connection there is. This talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad for your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. I know what I have to do now. Did that give me a coffer? No, it didn't give me a coffer. I just need boots, headpiece, and gloves. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered, and they need to understand what's happening and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk and assure that all will be well. But as shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are most distressed that truly need to hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in the city's recovery. Care to join us, Rock? As if you needed to ask. While you handle that, Erinville and I will see to provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must know that there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see the resplendent quarter in Bayside Bevy, Alize and I will split the rest of the city between us. I know that you were talking about last stream with imagining what the head of reason would have thought of this whole situation. I wonder if the head of reason ever saw this outcome. Dumbfounded farmer. If Tulion falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms, everything we've worked so hard to build? Lives and communities and histories all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Valwa Clamat is planning to address the people, but what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really, the Dawn servants have a plan already. They've lost so much, yet they've prepared to carry on? And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go and hear what they intend to do. I still can't believe we were attacked. For mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Wuklamot is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. Please, leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. Gulul Jaja is slain, and yet Valwa, Clamat, and Valkona still fight for our nation, for us? Very well. If they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Checking on everyone, are you? The city's definitely seen better days, but we can only spare so much time for mourning. Only by looking to the future can we overcome this crisis. We'll all need to do our part. I'm doing my part. I've no doubt Valwuklamat and Valkona will share similar sentiments at their address. It's not safe here. Not anymore. I could try to leave Tyrol, but where else is there to go? You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here, but I fear nowhere in Tyrol is beyond the enemy's reach. What of the lands across the salt? I know, even if I ran, I know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tyrol. This is my home, and I know the Dawn servants would give their lives to defend her. I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. He probably doesn't need me convinced. Whew, the wares are mostly intact. Glad tidings, my clients. Oh, sorry friend, but I have no time to spare. Val Clement and Val Kona will soon be giving a public address, and I have to finish taking inventory before then. Given the circumstance, it must be quite important. You'll want to be there as well. Paranoid resident who is watching those ships. I can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? And why are those strange machines looming overhead? Gods, I have so many questions. I see. It would put my mind at ease to learn something, anything of the threat we face. Alright, then I'll go to the Winged Walk. Thank you. I feel better already. And likely better still once I hear what the Dawn servants have to say. Phew. Cleaning up is tiring work. You've been busy helping as well, I'm guessing. Right now it's tough for everyone, but Tuliolal won't succumb to this. With the new Dawn servants to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together. I need to stock up food and medicine as much as I can, and what else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. Sorry, sir, but I'm busy. Too much to do in too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here and find somewhere safe. Val Clement wants to speak to us? Perhaps she has a plan, then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Val Clement and Val Kona mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. Well, you can't discount them too early. They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they've resolved to face this. Maybe it's too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. I'm just thinking a little bit. I suppose there's no harm in letting my thoughts out. This reminds me a lot of whenever there's a major hurricane that blows through, like, the United States. The most empowering thing that you can see is communities just joining hands and getting to work, cleaning up and helping others. I think it happened in the Carolinas way back when, and it happened in Texas recently. So I guess this is just somewhat the community doing their own thing, but Clement and Kona is going to convince them to join hands and just work together. It also isn't lost on me the fact that Cryo was basically brought through Stargate. A few questions. More like a bleeding broadside of them. Took me back to my time with Galuf. It did. Shalane scholars, I swear. Thank you again for spreading the word of our address. I fear those who needed assurance most would not have present. would not have been present otherwise. I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Ketenram. He has been patiently answering my few questions. Oh, a few questions? Did you not see Alize on the way here? It seems Kyle and Erenval have yet to return. Still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. I don't like the friggin' look of this! It looks like you've brought quite a few people. Thank you. Alize had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. My apologies for involving you all in Turali affairs. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tural, sharing in the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zeralja and his army pose a threat not only to Tural, but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Thank you. Yeah, we didn't take all this time to stop the Asians from forcefully rejoining bits and pieces of the source with the reflections. Only to see it ruined by some idiots on another reflection. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine, thanks to a little encouragement from Thorak. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We will restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. We need to see to a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. That he did. But cool Jaja.
Namachi, are you all right?
Yes. Don't worry. I'm ready for it. Fear, sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor. and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zorolsha.
Zorolcha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zorolja torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zorolja and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Duran's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're two Leolins because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliola! Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. together. Let us show the enemy the might of Tuliyollal.
You are the beating heart of our nation. Each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliyollal will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
I wish Nicole Jaja was here because I would want to talk to him. She did well. It is inspiring to see such diverse peoples rally as one. The people of Tyrol have come together for this fight. We must endeavor not to fail them. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many I had won over, so I decided to keep at it. That was our editing speech, was it not? Let's do our part to ensure that the Dawn servants can fulfill their promise to the people. Listening to Wiclamant and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of the Crystarium in like manner, and through their deeds, they answered me. The people of Tyrol, too, will rise to the occasion. This I can tell. And Yasulani's shadow. Well, the hour of departure is in hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany the part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Wiclamant that... There you all are! Oh, Lemity. We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope, it was all the encouragement I could ask for. Right then, let's get going. We leave from the Jacques Tarral Sky Gates. I had an inkling that something like this would happen, like during the adventures in Jacques Tarral. I was not expecting us to see the attack coming and make our way here to see the aftermath. I was expecting that we'd just get here for the aftermath. Just, where have you been? Tie up Brax. Until the Vow of Resolve returns, we shall defend Volok Shunza with our lives. Rest assured that the palace will be safe in your absence. Kona and Kettenram will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about that dome. As Lamachi says, let's stay vigilant. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in Ernville's rucksack. The dome appears to lie well beyond Shaloni. A good thing we have Ernville to guide us. Yasulani isn't exactly a short distance from Shaloni. If the train isn't operating, we'll need to consider other means of travel. Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go strike down Zeralja and secure peace for Tuliolal. We'll be passing through Shaloni, where there have been reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. Land-based forces have been moving through. The Landsguard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. A display of force like the vessels in Tuliolo. Oh. That's from Alice. Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We'll be passing through a few settlements on the way to Shaloni Station. It's the perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Lark and I know a few locals who could help. Let's divide it into two groups. Ernville as a Thorak will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone is finished, let's reconvene at Shaloni Station. We could start with Husatoi. That's where the Dusk Watch is based, if I recall correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kimaka should be able to tell us a few things. Having played Doom: The Dark Ages recently, it only just dawned on me how much this armor resembles Doomslayer's armor in Doom: The Dark Ages. If I recall correctly, no. There are no more ether currents to be found, just one's given. Huh. Then you fry it with and then you fry it with the Nepales. That sounds amazing. Alright, Bill. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. Everything seems in order at a glance. So this region has its own peacekeeping force. Oh, it's you two. And I'll be Val Wiklamat as well. You're sheriff of the Dust Watch, right? What's the situation here in Hustawahi? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Shishinawazi Springs yet. Apparently, mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then the people there are in danger. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to Mehua. I'll accompany Aaronfall. See you in a while. We're honored that Val Wilclamot should visit us personally. Please take care out there. I appreciate that this is like the one region here that actually speaks like Merkin. Well, Merkin, more like a sort of Texan. Got my unicorn. That is a dome out there. Leave me alone, Sunbeard. Leave me alone. There we go. Jeez, I could have teleported over here. And all clear this way. Mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. So we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Well, Mika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that the Toyo case is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. So those who were riding the train then are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked to Yasulani. What a mess. And just after we finished fixing the tracks. If I'm going to make a bet on which reflection these ships seem to be from, I'm gonna go ahead and say the fifth shard. Mechanical soldier shows no sign of life. It appears to have run through. It appears to have been run through with a pole arm. Our favorite vigilante is still running around, or really jumping around, as it were. So that's the way of it. Good thing he showed up when he did. Thorek, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in the flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shaman never had a chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him. But I can't say the same for those in Yasulani. We haven't heard from anyone there. Hope Namika as well. Her favorite dragoon is still running around. You heard about the spearman as well? That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me? Talk about how I saved the town travels fast. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So you were indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Galul Jaja is slain? I'm afraid so. Zeral Jah used some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done, mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength, in which case, I will remain here in Shalone and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kona. Kona? Brother? Wait a second. You're the Vow of Resolve. I am. And you're Zekoa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm fastest gun in Shalone, after all. Though I can attest to that. Glad to hear it. We leave Shalone in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away then. Stay safe out there. And don't do anything reckless. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. Right then. It's time we headed to the station and joined the others. A bad case of the Blue Devils. Slowly, I think, turning into, gosh, Paz. Paz from Metal Hellsinger. Hey you, traveler. You came here down to the Olol Trail, right? Haven't seen a woman on the road? Maybe nursing a limp, a sore head, or some such? No sign. I work here at the refinery, and it seems I now have a problem. It's a friend of mine, Kayamine. She set out for Tuliolol not long back, but only her Ronique returned, pulling an empty wagon. While singing, the animal got spooked by something. Sent Kayamine sprawling in the dust and hightailed it back here. But if you didn't see her, say, you couldn't go and take another look, could you? I'd go myself, but I'm 2 hands down as it is. Thanks, friend. She was taking cargo of ceruleum to the Tuliolol trailhead. You know the way, right? Just take the road southeast from town. She'll be somewhere along it. She'll be somewhere along it. If you find her, tell her to get her hide back here as quick as she can. We've got some work to do. What is it? That hope is the thing with feathers. You look out of place. Ah, finally. You don't know how good it is to finally see a friendly face. wants to pay sent you? God, he's going to dock my pay, isn't he? Well, at least Veronique and the wagon made it back. A good thing it all happened after I dropped off the ceruleum, too. Don't want to think how much the company would charge me if I lost the load. Maybe that's what the beast was after. Oh, I didn't tell you about the beast, did I? I was just out from the trailhead when it sprung up on us out of nowhere. Naturally, my Veronique bolted. Managed to hold on this far, but I eventually lost my grip and took a dirt bath. Still, could have been worse. At least it didn't break anything. It was you who found me, not the beast. Speaking of, you didn't see it on your way down, did you? A horrible blue blobby thing? Yes. Didn't see that. Don't see the thing that is blue that's sticking out of the frickin' scenery. Just like that. Oh, gods, it's the beast. It found me. It's pretty docile. It was a lot more aggressive down by the trailhead. I swear. Why isn't it attacking? Huh. I guess it took one look at you and lost its appetite. Thanks, partner. I've lived here my whole life and never seen anything like that blue blob before. But others have. I heard about them from my fellow tappers. Like ceruleum with skin, they said, started showing their ugly faces a few years back, prowling around the wells. They reported it to the foreman, but they weren't interested. The way they consider it, so long as we still got our limbs attached, the blobs aren't a threat. But they damn well better change their minds about them now. If it's not enough that one of their best employees could have been killed, they could have lost a wagon load of ceruleum. Say, Thorak, would you come back to the company offices with me? They can't waive it so easily if the both of us are telling the same story. You got it, Pard. Thank you kindly. Come on then, let's head back to the springs. I hate saying that anymore because holy crap. That whole thing is just a mess of syllables. Shark away! Home at last. For a moment there, I didn't think I'd ever see this old place again. And I can tell you right now, I'm not taking another wagon out until the company tells me exactly what they're going to do to protect their precious employees from those rotten blobs. Are you with me? Yeah, I'm totally with you. Totally with you. I just need to go take care of another errand real quick. Pony. A Garuda pony. It seems those soldiers only appeared in springs. Could they have been after the ceruleum? It seems the people of Shaloni are safe. What a relief. Manwa is still safe, but the animals are unsettled by recent events. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claimed within its borders? Raha and I visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. I heard from Wiklamat that Estinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people of Shalone Not fear. Thanks to Sinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shalone. The Hetsato were safe as well, at the very least. There were no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Siralja and his army emerged from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. These are the engineers of Dawntrail Railing, which operates the train between Shalone and Yassilani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then that we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it outside? That seemed to be the case, yes. While we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area is heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yassilani? Weklemat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted for. I could say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yassilani. But when the big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Siralja wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tiliolal. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day, and in so doing, keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through the defenses with a single decisive blow. And we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor and load her with fuel so she'll carry. Load her with all the fuel she'll carry and send her hurtling in at to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were the train's in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a bomb? The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's a sacrifice we have to make. We have to make this sacrifice for the Hellsinger. These good folks are willing to put their lives in line to get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. But Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train. So have faith and quit your complaining. But what if we fall really really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if we don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You all right with that? There's no change in her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. We'll keep your wife safe, we promise. I'll hold you to it. Can't start a family business without her, much less a family. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. Well, at least I'll go down as a legendary train that saved her all. That it will. But first, we've got work to do, so she'll look the part. I'm just still slowly turning the paths. You make the way for the Hellsinger. I don't know much about match tech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. We'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. That's just this guy. He's Paz. He has a deep enough voice for that. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tulliola and inform Kona of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fights. If it's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. Well, we have our plan, and now let's finish this train and blast our way into the dome. I hope Nomika is safe. The ship seems content to remain waiting in the sky, so let's take this opportunity to do what we can and prepare. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt, so we had best make it count. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Walika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. Putting plans into locomotion. But I think I'll have to wait. At least for now. I'll probably be back Wednesday to stream more of this, but for now, I'm gonna take time and rest. Alright. Have a good night, all. Bye-bye.